All right, everybody. I wanted to talk about this new banner in Dokkan right now that's out, well, on global, right? This is kind of like the equivalent of our usual Halloween banner. We got it just a little bit late here. And I wanted to talk about the characters on it, whether or not I think you should summon, and whether or not you should get these guys with coins. Now, I'm probably a little bit late on this, unfortunately, but I figured I would still go through it, talk about these guys, and just give my thoughts on this banner and its overall quality in the game, things like that. So right now, you guys can see here is like we got it pulled up on Dokkan info, right up here. You guys can see that link in the description, right, for the actual website. And then you just go to banners, and then right here is the banner, and then you can look at it, see the featured characters. But of course, it is in game, so you don't need to do all that. But in case you want to see it in this format, and in case this is more pleasing to you, this is how you would do that. So the characters that we have featured on this banner, it is a 7 featured SSR banner. We got, 23rd World Tournament Goku, Piccolo Jr., Yamcha, God Goku, Bardock, Raditz, and Super Vegeta. And I just wanted to talk about each of these characters, their value in the game right now, and, again, should you summon? And I'm just going to start out, short answer, we're a minute 20 in. Honestly, this isn't a terrible banner to summon on. If we're looking at this, right, like 7 featured units, and I think 4 of them are viable in the Future Saga Red Zone as like solid options that you can use. You guys know that I use like at least, God Goku, Piccolo Jr., and 23rd World Tournament Goku. That's like the big 3 right now in TURs of just masterclass designs, super amazing, exemplary, incredible units that Dokkan has designed this year that are a clear step above every other TUR that they've released this year. Every other TUR they've released this year has had like janky flaws and like weirdo Goku restrictions and like nonsense, right? Like you look at all of them. I mean, it's like Super 17. It's like they suck. Kale kind of sucks. I mean, she doesn't have. Kale sucks. It's like they all kind of suck, right? Like, every other unit. But then you look at these 3 and it's like, oh my goodness, are they just spectacular? It's like 23rd World Tournament Goku and God Goku. There's a big debate in the community right now. You guys know I think God Goku's the best, TUR in the game. He never fails me. I think he has like the best, like I would actually say he probably has the best superclass link set in the game. And then he's got an incredible leader skill. I mean, really, both of these guys have incredible leader skills that are going to age well, which is nice. But yeah, let's just start off here. Should you summon? Maybe. Again, 4 out of the 7 featured units are, good, like really good that you can use and build teams around. That's the thing, right? Whenever you summon on a banner, it is like, if you look at this and you go, oh, I don't have 23rd World Tournament Goku. I don't have Piccolo Jr. I don't have God Goku. I don't have Yamcha. If you're like missing all 4 of these guys, I don't know, other than maybe like the New Year's Step Up banner, that there's going to be a better banner for you this year to try to pick up one of these guys. And at the very least, if you have coins, keep in mind in December, the 8th anniversary LRs are going to come back, and the GT Duo is a good pickup, with your coins. But if you have enough to say get like the GT Duo, which they'll be 500 whenever they come back in December, should be around Christmas. That banner will come out. That's usually when they do it. It's called like the Starry Winter Night banner, whatever they end up calling it. But yeah, it's going to take about 500 coins. So if you really have your eyes set on one of the 8th anniversary duos and you're just saving for them, then that's when they'll come back, right? So don't burn them here. Like, let's say you're at 500 exactly right now, and you're like, oh, will I have time to pick up one of these guys and then get another 400 coins to buy up the 8th anniversary duo whenever they come back? Probably not. But these guys are just absolutely incredible right now. Let's start out with 23rd World Tournament Goku. We'll just kind of go in order that they're on the banner here and just talk about, what I like about their character, things like that, like how you use them. So first off is leader skill, Earthbred Fighters and Powerful Comeback. This is a good leader skill. You can run him. Now, one thing I will say about 23rd World Tournament Goku is that I do not think this is a good pickup if you do not have another character that can easily revive for you and handle their own in Red Zone content. This guy, he has a revive, but it is one of the worst revival, it's one of the worst standbys to, like, get into his revive. because you have to stand by, and then he dies, and then he gets his revive, right? It's one of the worst conditions in the game. 59% or less starting from the sixth turn from this character's entry. So it has to be this character's sixth turn, right? So if you get him on turn 1, you're not going to be able to do it until like what, turn 7 or something, turn 5. I don't even remember, but it's insane how long it takes to get into the standby, and an HP restriction. Awful, 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 awful. Um, so it's like you're going to need another character around him that can easily revive. As like an example, I don't think he's on here, but the GT duo, right? Like the 8th anniversary GT duo, that's everyone's go-to for this guy. You know, they're on powerful comebacks, so they fit onto the leader skill. And, you know, a lot of the times it's like you can take damage. Like, let's say you're going up against Merge Zamasu, and that's kind of the issue with this guy too, is that you kind of need perfect RNG to go your way. The reason you need to revive is, one, you get like a huge buff, but 2, you get guaranteed guard after reviving. Well, yeah, it's just this line. Like, you get this line. Like, he has guaranteed guard on turn 1, and then he has a 50% chance to guard after that. But if you revive, then he gets his guaranteed guard again, right? So you need a revival character around him, and you need things to play out your way in order to get that revive. And then once this guy revives, I mean, he's incredible. He has huge defense stats. He does a ton of damage. Most fights, he's going to be super effective against all types because it's against one enemy. He can shoot out like 4 or 5 super attacks or something just ludicrous. And again, he's guarding with like a million defense once he gets built up. So, and then he also has like the 50% chance to nullify Ki Blast super attacks, which is really good for a lot of the Future Saga Red Zone fights. I mean, this guy is just absolutely incredible post-revive. But if you don't have the 8th anniversary duo right now, you're not going to be able to see this guy at his full potential. So I will say, if you're wondering, like, oh, should I pick this guy up with coins? Do you have another character that's going to be able to easily revive for him? Because if not, you know, he can be a little bit suspect. Now, if you're just the luckiest person in the world and you get his 50% chance to guard to proc every single turn, after turn 1, then by all means, whatever, man, you do you. Personally, I just assumed that after his guaranteed guard for 1 turn is up, that he's never guarding. Like, it's not often for me that this wears off right here, and then I'm relying on the 50%, and then the 50% comes through. I feel like more often than not, the 50% chance is failing me. So, like, right? Like, I just assume that this doesn't exist. So that's why you want another revive character around. But then once you get the revive, you get this line of his passive active, and then you can start building this up consistently. You know, you build this up, and this guy just becomes an absolute demon. So, again, good leader skill, great leader skill. Earthbred fighters or powerful comeback, really good synergy. Battle of Fate for his extra 30% is also really good. There's a few World Tournament characters that this hits, which is nice as well. He has his super attack effect. I don't want to say it's good because it doesn't have defense on it. I know why they didn't. It's because this guy can pretty easily get up to like a million defense and can shoot out like 4 super attacks. And if he was doing that and getting 30% defense on each one, like, this would be insane. But I still wish that there was defense here. But the attack lowering can be good in some instances. So, incredible unit, good leader skill, good passive, but he is kind of restricted to having another revival unit around him. So if you don't have someone like the GT duo that can help you get his revive, which they're going to be the most consistent revive unit around him, then it can be pretty tough. So he's on some good categories. His links aren't the best. He has Saiyan lineage, which is good. But like, overall, this is not really a great link set for Goku units. You guys can see like his linking partners are kind of all over the place here, which is kind of like, to me, that is a bit of an issue. But overall, it's not a huge deal. But, you know, just keep that in mind. His link set is definitely not like good. Like, is this link set good or bad? I would say that it's pretty bad overall. But yeah, anyway, let's go back to the banner now and talk about Piccolo Jr. I think this is the second best TUR in the game. Incredible unit. The only reason I don't have him at 1 is because he's a villain, so he's trapped to villain teams. But he is on a lot of, you know, hero teams, and he works well. He's one of the very few villains that his links really don't matter. It's like he has a pretty good link set, like all things considered. Big Bad Bosses, Thirst for Conquest, These are good. You know, he leads Giant, so having, you know, transform can be good. His incredible adventure links are kind of whatever. Tough as nails. He can get this active with a few units. I would say overall his link set is good. Uh, for you know what he is. He's on a lot of teams. You know, I mentioned he is a villain, which is an issue because, you know, it's like for the most part, he's going to be relegated to villain teams, but he is on good teams like Earth Red Fighters. He's on World Tournament. He's on Final Trump Card. He's on what's another like Battle of Fate right there. So it's like he can fit on some good teams, right? And he is self sufficient. Like if there was ever a card that's like you just put him on the team and you don't really have to think about him too much. You just put him in slot 2 or 3 and let him go to work. That is Piccolo Jr. You guys may or may not have seen it, but you know I did a video where I took Piccolo Jr. versus the new stage of World Tournament Super Battle Road, and I beat it with only him, no items, just him, and we got it done. So. Um, Incredible unit. He's great for. He's going to be good in Super Battle Road forever. He's the best World Tournament unit, which is nice because you just pop his active skill and you get out of there. He's really good for Red Zone, and this guy's defense can go insane. If he had any flaws, it's that his additionals are RNG based. So occasionally you can just get screwed, and this guy can just do like 1 attack or 2. But usually, even if he's doing 1 or 2 attacks, he's going to be tanking normals just fine. But it can be a little bit suspect for supers. But this guy does a ton of damage. Pretty good link set. His leader skill is not good. This is a terrible leader skill. So compared to like, you know, the other 3 characters like Yamcha, God Goku, 23rd World Tournament Goku, and this guy definitely has the weakest leader skill of those 4 units. Good super attack effects, though. He's raising attack and defense. He's got a 50% chance to stun. He's got really swaggy animations. He has one of the best OSTs in the game. They really nailed this unit, and I don't want to understate it. Again, he is a villain, so his links are kind of villain-centric. But I kind of find that you just throw him on a team, you let him do his thing, and he's going to carry you through it. This guy is like either the best or like the second best villain in the game. Like with Merge Zamasu being his only competition, so... Incredible unit, fantastic unit, but just keep in mind that this guy is not going, like, especially for newer players, I don't know that this guy is going to impact your account like someone like God Goku or 23rd World Tournament Goku will. Both of them just have way more accessible leader skills for early game players and late game players, really. And are just going to fit on way more teams. Like, I mean, you look at this guy, right? It's like, for the like, you're not running Gifted Warriors. I mean, that's his team. You're not running his team. You could run Battle of Fate. Target Goku, you're not running Worldwide Chaos. You can run. That's Merge Zamasu's team, right? If you got him. This guy's a great addition on Merge Zamasu's team, so, you know, that's good. Terrifying Conquerors, again, that's this guy's team. You're probably not running it. Terrifying Conquerors just kind of sucks. World Tournament, probably not running. Probably not running World Tournament, but you could. World Tournament's a decent team now after their celebration. Revenge, you're not running. Earth Red Fighters, you could be. Again, like 23rd World Tournament Goku's team, you could be running that one. Giant Form, you're not running. Namekians, you're not running. Entrusted Will, you're not running. And Final Trump Card, you could be. So it's like this guy has some teams that you can use him on. But just compared to, like, I don't know. Like, let's go just real quick and look at God Goku. Right, and we look at his teams. How many teams does this guy have? Yeah, look at this. Pure Saiyans, you can run. Like, that's this guy's team, you can run that. Realm of Gods, yeah, you can run that now, kind of, with their team, right? And, you know, like, you can make that work. Turtle School, I mean, you can run that. I mean, that's just Goku's, so you can work that out. Bond of Friendship, you're not really running, but again, that has all the Gokus, so it's kind of like the same principle as Turtle School. Like, you could run this, like, just under this guy's leader skill and make that work. Power Beyond Super Saiyan, again, is like their team. You could make that work. It's not a great team at the moment. Power Beyond Super Saiyan is kind of shaky, but that's a team that'll get buffs probably soon. Transformation Boost, I don't know that you're really running it, but... yeah, I'm going to say no on Transformation Boost. You're not running that. Power of Wishes is a legitimate team. That's probably the team they've buffed the most this year. Movie Heroes is still pretty much a legitimate team. Miraculous Awakening isn't. Accelerated Battle, I don't know who the leader is. That's more of like a 30% leader skill, but yeah, you're not really running Accelerated Battle. Bond of Parent and Child's a real team with Vegeta and Trunks. Super Saiyans. I mean, again, you could just run this guy as your leader for Super Saiyans because, all Super Saiyans are going to be on pure or hybrid Saiyans. So you can just run this guy as your Super Saiyans leader. Exploding Rage, you're probably not running. But because what is that? That's Kale, right? Yeah, you're definitely not running that. Goku's family, again, you could just run this guy as your leader because most Goku family units are going to be on pure hybrid Saiyans. Except for like Chi-Chi or something like that, right? Legendary Existence is not really a real team. Battle of Fate is, and this guy's great on there. Earthbred Fighters is, and this guy's great on there. And again, Kamehameha, you can probably just run this guy again. So it's good. Who's the current leader for Kamehameha? Oh, there's not one. We do not have a 200% Kamehameha leader. That's crazy. That's got to be like ninth anniversary, right? Like ninth anniversary, we're gonna get a new Kamehameha leader. Um, but yeah, I mean, you could make some semblance of a team work, right, with this guy as your leader. You just use like him, then like you and you and you. You could make it work, right? So, this guy is going to be basically what I'm getting at here is that this guy's on a lot more teams, and even if he's not, you can probably run him as a leader for one of these other teams that he's on, just because his leader skill is so flexible, leading pure and hybrid Saiyans. It is just really good, right? That's got both of the 8th anniversary LRs on it. It's probably going to have all of the anniversary LRs on it for like the future, unless they do fusions. But the way, they do fusions now is more like these guys, where it starts off as Goku and Vegeta, and then they fuse. That's kind of like the formula that they've been going with. So it's like, I would expect more units like this in the future. So this leader skill is one that's going to be getting constant buffs forever, just like Earthbred Fighters and 23rd World Tournament Goku. So again, this is one that's going to age really well. His passive is incredible. Just insane unit. He stacks attack and defense, which is nice. He's got additional super attacks. He gets dodge chance pretty easily. He guards with enough key spheres. Incredible unit, God Goku. And then I was kind of mentioning this earlier in the video. His links, this has got to be like the best superclass unit link set in the game. It's like he's got shocking speed, over in a flash, and prepared for battle, which is just really good. Super Saiyan, of course, is just a good link. That many characters are going to have that because Super Saiyans are what make money. So there are a lot of, Super Saiyan high dollar units in the game. Godly Power and Warrior Gods, I think is okay. This guy does share a lot of links with this guy. And I'm sure here pretty soon, my guess for like ninth anniversary is like a revival UI Goku, someone that maybe starts out as like a Kaioken, blue Kaioken Goku or something like that. And then revives into UI. It's like we can see he shares 5 links with UI, 5 links with this guy, 6 links with this guy. Tournament of Power is coming soon. It's like we're going to get another blue Goku here pretty soon that's going to be like a premier blue Goku. Count on that. So, he'll be a great linking partner there. It's like he shares links with all these powerful fusions, like even full power, like right here, he shares good links with. So it's like this guy just shares like 4 links with every unit or every superclass unit in the game, which is awesome. It's like over in a flash for a long time was such a dead unit or such a dead link. But him sharing over in a flash with the blue fusions really helps them out. It's like you're running like a Power of Wishes setup, and you got them together. It's like the 8th anniversary LR's team. It's like you can put God Goku on there. You can get him next to these guys, and that works as a great rotation, and it really helps them out. This guy's going to easy A sometime soon. It's going to help him. If you're running like, I don't know, like eventually this guy's going to easy A and it's going to help him. It's like over in a flash is one of these links that has always needed help. And so getting a unit like him on it that, has it and then also has prepared for battle or shocking speed and can really be the glue between like these over in a flash and prepared for battle units is just going to be huge. So this is a very really like having over in a flash alone is bad, but if you have like over in a flash mixed with one of these 2 other ones, it can be really good because they kind of become a glue, right? I know in modern Dokkan like every unit is just overflowing with ki, but those of you who were there in the dark ages, like that occasionally you would just have a rotation where it's like, oh, we got an over in a flash unit next to prepared for battle unit, it's over because like they just can't super attack, right? Well, this guy is that glue that fits in between, and it is still important. Ki is probably one of the most important things in the game, so being able to have just an incredible triple ki link set like this that's going to hit pretty much every superclass unit is incredible. Like, if we were being really greedy, the only way this could have been better is maybe, like, Warrior Gods here is, like, Saiyan Lineage or something, right? Incredible unit. He's on a million teams, and he's going to age incredibly well. I mean, dodging pretty much doesn't age. Stacking can age depending on the speed at which you're stacking. You see that with like STR Cooler, but stacking with guard is a lot harder to age out. So again, incredible unit. He does have the transformation. I don't ever talk about this because I don't ever use it, unless as like a finisher. You guys know I love to end videos where I just get this guy's active skill and we just end on the outro of like the blowing the guy off into the clouds. So yeah, incredible unit, incredible design, good SSR art, great leader unit. Like if you're a new player and like if you're a brand new player, right, and you're just like, I don't know where to start with building a team. Well, having a character that leads pure or hybrid Saiyans, which are like the most common units in the game, is definitely going to help you out, right? But I mean, Earthbred Fighters helps out too. Like I don't want to understate this. Earthbred Fighters is also a very broad category, which leads me into the last really good unit, which is Yamcha, also leads Earthbred Fighters or Saiyan Saga. But we don't talk about Saiyan Saga, but Earthbred Fighters, right? So again, very expansive category. Yamcha is decent. Now at 55%, I hated Yamcha. So I'm going to tell you, at 55%, you may not like Yamcha. The gimmick with Yamcha is that he's got a dodge chance, right? Like he's got high chance to dodge, right? And then he builds up like a 10% chance to dodge for each super attack that he does. That is a separate dodge chance. So it's not like, he has 50%, right? Like he's got the high chance to dodge right here. Every attack that he does gives him a separate 10% dodge chance. This does not add, it does not become 60, 70, etc. It's like it's a little bit more complicated than that, but it's essentially just separate dodge chance. So kind of like how the hidden potential dodge chance is separate. So after like this guy does one attack, he'll have, like the 50% chance to dodge right here. And then he'll have a 10% chance to dodge here. And then if that fails also, so 50% chance to dodge. If that fails, he has a 10% chance to dodge. If that fails, then he's got his hidden potential 5% chance to dodge. So that's a lot of words to say. Yamcha dodges. He builds up dodge when he attacks, but it's not like a flat 10% because reasons. And yeah, the issue with Yamcha is that he's really powerful on his second turn. Like on his first turn, he's a little weak. You build him up though, and then on his second turn is where he peaks, and then after his second turn, he plummets and he becomes like a true dodge or die character. But he's got a good active skill. Like you can just kind of use it whenever. Because the chances that you have Earthbred Fighter category allies attacking in the same turn is going to be pretty high. His link's not good. But he does have shocking speed, Kamehameha, fierce battle. Like you can get those active occasionally. But yeah, the rest of these are not super great. And then he's not on many teams, but his team itself is good, and I would say it's new player friendly. He's not really on a lot of 200%. So I would say like if you're looking at this right and you're missing like all four of these characters, how should you prioritize them in terms of like getting them with coins or whatever? I would say probably God Goku or 23rd World Tournament Goku is going to impact your account the most. I would say God Goku just because his links are going to be better, which is important for new players, I think. But yeah, Earthbred Fighters might give you more characters to work with. I don't know. It's going to be a bit of a toss-up because, like, Vegeta isn't on Earthbred Fighters, right? So the 8th Anniversary LR. Well, the 8th Anniversary LR is going to be on this team because of Powerful Comeback, though. So it's, both of these leader skills are good. I would say his links are better, and I would say overall his passive is better, and he's going to age better. And at 55%, I think he's better. Because at 55%, this guy can dodge and additional and crit, if you transform him. It's like this guy has access to everything. At 55%, this guy's stats, because he's like a raw guard character, like that's kind of like his gimmick, his stats can be a lot lower at 55% compared to like Rainbow. And so, he can be prone to taking a lot more damage at 55% compared to this guy who at 55% can at least get the dodge chance, which means you take no damage. So I would say at 55%, like this character is like the clear best of these four. He's the leader skill I would say is pretty much a tie, and then I would say the links are better. So I would say prioritize God Goku first with coins, and then second I would say either probably 23rd World Tournament Goku or Piccolo Jr. And then Yamcha, which, that's almost the order that I have them ranked in for TURs. For their, like, top TURs, I have, like, this guy, this guy, this guy. And then I usually put Gamble 1 first, but, it's kind of like a toss-up at the moment. Yamcha is really valuable, so. In short, God Goku, again, great pickup with coins. If you want to summon, I think there's 4 good units on here. Super Vegeta can still be nice for like Extreme Super Battle Road because he's got the stun chance. Raditz sucks, and I've never been a big Bardock fan. This week, I'm planning on doing videos for Bardock, Yamcha. Yeah, probably just Bardock and Yamcha, just to get videos of them in. I use these other, like, I don't use Raditz a lot. I might do a Raditz video on like Friday just for funsies. But I use these 3 characters a lot, like right here. So I don't really feel like I need a dedicated showcase for them. I feel like, I don't know, 6 out of every 10 videos or more that you click on, I'm going to be using at least one of these characters. So if you want footage of them, just go click on a video. They're probably in it. But yeah, I don't give like Yamcha enough love, so I'm going to give him his own dedicated 200% showcase. And then I don't think I've done a video on Bardock on this channel since I rainbowed him. So I'm going to do a rainbow video for Bardock as well. Again, I'm going to be out of town all week for Thanksgiving. So these are all just going to be pre-recorded. I'm going to get the hero stuff pretty late, but listen, it's Thanksgiving. I want to relax. So yeah, I'll probably do videos on like these 3 this week. They'll each have like their own day basically where I do a couple videos for them. But yeah, in terms of this banner, I do think it's good enough to summon on if you wanted to. There's probably not going to be a more valuable banner to summon on until like Saiyan Day probably on global. Or like the New Year's step-ups. I think a lot of players still can get value out of the New Year's step-up banners. If you're unfamiliar with that, we'll cover them when we get there. But essentially, they do like tiers where it's like, okay, the pool of character, like you're guaranteed to get a featured unit, and one of them is like a 200% leader from 2021 or something like that, right? It's like they just kind of do step-ups, or I guess 2022 is when 200% leader. You guys get the point, but they do like guaranteed, like, okay, you're guaranteed a featured unit, and it's guaranteed to be like one of these 10 units or something like that, right? So you're kind of guaranteed to get at least like a semi-decent or modern unit. So that's why the New Year step-ups can be like very valuable for new players. But yeah, in terms of this banner, I mean, I don't know that you're going to find a better banner where it has like 4 units on it out of 7. I mean, that's over half the banner, right? That's, good and going to give you a quality upgrade in your box. So anyway, let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you guys are going to summon on this or not. I really appreciate all of you guys watching. Thank you for anybody who stuck around this long and just listened to me ramble for 30 minutes. I did not intend for the video to be this long, but hopefully you kind of got a better idea of what each of these units is doing and like just I think the value that they provide. Again, God Goku, incredible leader skill. He's going to be good for a long time. Great links. Yamcha, good leader skill. He has dodge, which is very valuable. Piccolo Jr. is like single-handedly holding the villain teams together. He's like Spider-Man 2, like the train scene. I mean, that's him, right? Like just holding villains together. And then 23rd World Tournament Goku, a fantastic unit, but he's kind of trapped to a revival unit. So, his lifespan is kind of tied to how many good revival units we have. Do you have a good revival unit in your box? Because you may be disappointed, if you're missing all 4 of these characters, and you're like, oh, I chose 23rd World Tournament Goku because everyone on Twitter has just been, on their knees for this guy recently. But I don't have the 8th anniversary LR, so he sucks for me. So, I feel like I wasted my coins. I don't want that to be you. So, make sure if you're picking this guy up, you have a team build in mind that you can use this guy with, or you have enough coins, to pick up the 8th anniversary LR whenever they come back in like December, maybe around Christmas or so. So, anyway, let me know what you guys think. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.